How are you doing? Welcome to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events, recording this Sunday, December the 11th, 7:09 p.m. And I want to give you an update on what will end up being a wild week of weather, especially the latter part of the week. And I want to give you an update on what I've been showing you with the computer models, and they keep suggesting, or at least they were suggesting, a hint of some frozen precipitation. And notice that I said frozen and not snow or anything like that. It's because what the models were showing was something we don't want. What they were showing is that the air aloft was going to be quite warm, and that the air at the surface is going to be quite cold, and that's the ingredients for freezing rain and sleet. Now, with all that said, it's still within the realm of possibility, but this is not really coming together. But remember, the very important thing here is it's Sunday, December the 11th, and we're talking about something for the end of the week. And let me show you what the latest data shows. Again, I try to go as fast as I can, but sometimes I, get to talking. Let's just take this to late Thursday, all right? So late Thursday, you see this black circle right here, that black closed line? That's an isobar. It's closed, 1032. That's an area of high pressure. This is retreating. Very important. There's a storm system out towards the west coming in, and this is a cold area of high pressure. There's a pool of cold air coming down out of Canada, but then it moves out. So if you want winter precipitation, they have to overlap, the moisture and the cold air. But right now, it appears the cold air, again, recording this Sunday, the cold air is retreating by the time the moisture gets here. And if you want to see where the moisture is, look for the gray areas, the greens, the reds. That's showing you precipitation over the previous 6 hours, and you can see the scale here of those amounts. So this is, let's look at midnight to 6 a.m. on Friday. That Arctic high has moved over here towards the middle Atlantic, and we're starting to get winds out of the east and the southeast, and you can see these isobars are close together. You have you have cold air still locked in at the surface. It's moderating a little bit, but there's still and it's heavy and it's dense and it's locked in here at the surface. And now you're getting a flow off the Gulf of Mexico in response to this storm system, and that air is lighter and it rides up on top of that cold air, and you get a lot of clouds, you can get drizzle. And this is the concern, that you can get some precipitation on the onset of this if you have that cold air locked in. But the models are just not showing much at all, and in fact it shows the temperatures moderating quite a bit. There's the first signs of precipitation between 6 a.m. and noon across far western Arkansas. I'm going to show you the temperatures in just a little bit, but the high has moved away. It is not in an ideal position for any type of wintry weather. As a matter of fact, it's showing here winds out of the surface out of the south. You need them to be out of the east or the northeast. And then the rain starts to come in, and I think there could even be some thunderstorms with this coming up Saturday afternoon. I'll show you why in just a little bit. So here's the system, there's the front, and here's the next batch of cold air coming in. So you have showers and thunderstorms followed by, here, I'll stop this right here. This is late Saturday, so during Saturday afternoon, again, 6 days away, so take it for what it's worth. Low pressure here, front right through here, and you see this new area, 1032. So the difference between that 1032 high and 1,000 millibar low right here, and you see all these black lines very closely placed together, well, that's a strong pressure gradient from high to low pressure, and the air, as we know, flows out of the high and into the low, so you're getting strong northerly flow at the surface behind that front and a lot of cold air coming in, all right? So I hope I've made myself clear on the problems. Now, temperatures, very, very important to look at temperatures here. We're going to start this off Friday morning. Remember, the moisture is still not developing. You see the warmer air trying to come in from the south, but this black dashed line, this is from EuroWX.com, by the way, EuroWX.com. That black dashed line is the freezing line here at the surface. So the closer you are to that area of high pressure over the middle Atlantic, the colder it is, remember, but it's retreating. You have temperatures in the 20s across northern Arkansas, 30s elsewhere. So then you go 12 hours later, and there's that warm air coming in, the cold air is retreating, the moisture. You got 70s across Texas, 50s across southern Arkansas, 30s across the higher elevations in northern Arkansas, but upper 30s and 40s. And this is when the precipitation is coming in according to the model. So you're all above freezing. That's why the chance for wintry weather at this time does not look favorable. I'm not saying it's not going to happen, because things change. Saturday morning. All right, here comes the front, okay? So that warm air's coming in, and now that new boundary is starting to come in from the north, and there is a tremendous temperature gradient. Let's just look at Oklahoma, for example. From near 70 in southeastern Oklahoma to the teens in the panhandle. So you can obviously see with that the color gradient here where that front is at, let's see, this is Saturday morning at 6 a.m. Now let's go Saturday afternoon, actually Saturday evening at 6. The European, and this is just, again, you can't take this literally for specifics, but this is a very strong, potent front with, according to the computer models, very strong Arctic air behind it, very cold Arctic air. So by 6 o'clock on Saturday, the 17th, I believe, you have temperatures near 70 in southeast Arkansas. They're in the 50s here and in the 20s in northwest Arkansas. I mean, that's a pretty incredible temperature contrast. And with that comes some instability, and I think there could actually be some thunderstorms with that. So then comes Sunday morning. I mean, again, this is 7 days away. Low teens actual air temperatures, low to mid-teens in northwest Arkansas, low to mid-20s in central. And then you go into Sunday afternoon. Temperatures, this is at 6 p.m. Sunday, so a week from when I'm recording this. Everybody's below freezing. You're back in the deep freeze. So I know there's a lot to go over there, but I want to give everybody an update as to how I think that this is playing out with the newest data that has come in for today, Sunday, December the 11th. So much of this can still change, but let's just recap what's going to happen and put this all into summary. We got some showers out there now for the Sunday evening and into early Monday morning before sunrise. Monday and Tuesday, now there could be some precipitation on Tuesday, but I only got about a 10% chance. But you're looking at partly to mostly cloudy skies, temperatures in the 50s, and then that next surge of cold air comes in and lowers temperatures on Thursday. But it's that surge of cold air which retreats as the next storm system comes in. Now let's just say, hypothetically, there's more cold air locked in at the surface, which is always possible, and the moisture starts to come in. You're starting to deal with some light. If it were to happen, it'd be light and brief. If it were to happen, but right now it does not look like anything major if it were to occur. But that cold air retreats, warm air surges in, rain and thunderstorms, and bam, we're back into the deep freeze in a week. So just a tremendous temperature roller coaster in the long range. I promise you there will be changes with the data, but I want to give you the newest information as of this evening. Thank you so much for coming to the Arkansas Weather Blog. We are your ticket to big weather events.